Okay, guys, good morning. Macy Woods Home Repairs. Was called out for a couple of different issues that's going on. It looks like we got a toilet that doesn't fit flush on the floor, and the owner is getting wants it to be sitting flush. I guess some Yahoo came in and did some halfway plumbing work. You know, that's the problem with guys that come in. It's okay if you're doing your own plumbing work on your own home and you end up with the results that you get. But if you call somebody out to do a job for you and they're not an experienced plumber, you know, I'm not going to say they have to be licensed or anything like that, but just at least have the experience, because there's a lot of guys that I know that are really good plumbers, and they know what they're doing, and they have the experience behind it to complete certain jobs. You know, I mean, if you're working under a sink or there's a clog, you know, in the P-trap, something like that, then yeah, by all means, call somebody that's, you know, going to save you a couple of dollars. But if you're dealing with a toilet and you need to get it done right, make sure you call somebody that knows what the hell they're doing. In here, you'll see what the problem is. Let me turn the camera around. So at first glance, this toilet looks great. It doesn't really move that well. It's not rocking back and forth or anything. But if you look down here, it's cracking all the way around the toilet except for in the back. But if you come to the front and you sit down on it or add pressure to it, the gap closes. And what that usually indicates is that there is underneath the toilet in the back, right here, where it connects to the floor, the water flushes out, goes out the back of the toilet into like a trap system and goes down into a pipe on the floor. There's a wax ring that sits down in that hole that sort of closes up the gap, whatever gap there may be, and seals the bottom of the toilet and prevents water from splashing out and escaping this way. It just falls straight through. A lot of inexperienced plumbers will take the toilet up and maybe even put a new toilet on, but they won't take the old wax ring out. Instead, what they'll do is they'll take the new wax ring and stick it on top of that. And what that generally causes is gaps, or sometimes it may even not sit right, and because it's sitting on top of some more wax, and it, you know, it just mushes down and it sits whichever way it rests, which can cause gapping and which can cause water to escape, and you'll end up with water seeping out from around the toilet. Fortunately enough, that's not the case here because there's no water leaking out. So they must have done something sort of right by getting the double wax ring in there. If you have a problem with gapping between the toilet flange, which is the pipe that's on the ground, and the bottom of the toilet, if there's a problem reaching those two, they have a product at most hardware stores. It's called an extended wax or a double wax or a thicker wax ring, whatever you want to call it. You know, different manufacturers call it different things, but it's just a different, thicker, bigger, reinforced wax ring that you can buy for situations where there's not gapping. Now, I'm not saying that that's what the problem here is, but we're going to lift this toilet up and see if that is the problem. Okay, let me put my gloves on and we'll get started. Another thing, if you guys are ever working on toilets or anything that has bio waste, contaminants, anything like that, make sure that you use your rubber gloves. When I started out in this business, my dad was a plumber, you know, and they were kind of old school, and he wasn't really concerned about a lot of health issues and whatever, because they were old school. You know, men thought that they were beyond getting sick when you were a strong man or a big man. Big men don't get sick. Yeah, okay. Look at that. This fits snug, but I'm able to twist this with just my fingers. I don't know if you can see that, but that's just my fingers that are twisting that. They did not tighten that down. I don't know if maybe that's the problem. Let's see. Oh yeah, there's the problem right there. Real simple fix. So since it's not leaking, and I'm not having any other problems with it, I'm just going to tighten it down, and hopefully that'll fix our problem. Well, the gap in the clothes on that side. Let's see what we got on this side. Same problem. They just didn't tighten the toilet down on the toilet flange. Well, there's an easy $50, I guess. Yeah, normally most plumbers charge about $50 an hour just to even just to come out. If the first hour, it doesn't matter if it's 15 minutes or 30 minutes or an hour, they're going to charge you $50 just to come out and do the first thing. And this would have saved the homeowner at least $50 just to have a ratchet, which is a 7/16 ratchet set and a ratchet wrench. Socket and a ratchet wrench, just to tighten it down. I don't know why the people that installed the toilet didn't tighten it down, but there it is. And we have no movement. As you can see, the cracks are sealed. What I'm going to do is I'm going to add some more caulking to that, though, just to make sure that nothing gets away. But I'm gonna push down on it and see if there's any movement. Nothing. No gapping, no spacing, and no movement when I push down on it. So here we go. Problem solved. Like my dad used to say, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. And this seems to be one of those situations where it's not broke. And what I probably will do, because I try to help people as often as I can, I probably will just ask them to just pay for my gas coming out here, which is probably $5-6, you know. Okay, so if you guys have any issues or want to find out anything, hit me up. Hit the button, subscribe, and like.
Thanks for watching another one of Woods Home Repairs videos. Also, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and like us.